Praise Yahweh ben Yahweh. The video this evening is going to be on the children. I was watching a video on YouTube on this Caucasian lady named Shauna Ford. She, if some of you don't know, she's a member of the Minutemen, and she has been arrested for murder, also breaking and entering, and a few other things. She and two other men broke into a Hispanic family's home, murdered the father and the 9-year-old girl, and attempted to murder the mother. The article that I read said that they broke in and murdered the father, and the 9-year-old little girl was on her hands and knees begging for her life. Now, most of us have children, and when you're standing over a child and you're looking down into their eyes, picture your child on their knees, looking up at you with big eyes, saying, "No, no, please." But they still shot her in the head twice. What kind of people are these that can shoot a child, a 9-year-old little girl, begging for her life, probably crying, probably scared, probably shaking? But how can you still shoot a child in the head twice? They left, and then they came back, and the woman was on the line with 911. And you can hear 3 gunshots. And they had shot the lady also, but she still lived and was still on the line with 911. It's not only happening to people of color, but remember the little girl, her father, I can't remember her name, they moved here from Australia. He had met a lady online, came here to the States and brought his child over here who was deaf, also only had one leg, and the lady murdered that little girl, chopped her up into pieces, and distributed her body parts all over the woods or something. So it's not only happening to children of all races. I mean, it is happening to children of all races, and not just children of color. Now, being a Leo, that's my astrological sign is a Leo, and Leos govern the area of children. Also, Leos govern the area of the heart. So, children are our hearts. And if you go to the book of prophecies and you turn to Psalms chapter 127, verse 3, here in your book of prophecies, it says, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord Yahweh, the fruit of the womb, a reward." So, children are our reward. Children are a gift to us, and it's the parents' responsibility to teach the children right from wrong, teach the children how to grow up, to take care of themselves, how to cook, how to clean, and how to be able to raise a family of their own. Also, how to teach a child to work hard and enjoy themselves and also enjoy family. Now, in the United States, one of the leading causes of death amongst children younger than 15 years old is murder. In the past 3 decades, and a decade is 10 years, so in the past 3 decades or 30 years, child homicides has become the 4th leading cause of death amongst children under 15. Now, children under 4 years of age more than likely will repeat the cycle of violence if they survive violence brought on to themselves. But statistically shows that children under 4 more likely will repeat the cycle of violence that was put upon them. Now, between the year 1999 and 2007, in the age group from 1 to 4, there was a total death of 3,462, and that includes all races and both sex. So, in most occurrences, children of this age group are murdered by their relatives, and 61% are murdered by their mothers, and 31% by their fathers. And most of the reasoning behind this is because the mother and father are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. The child that they murder is an unwanted child. They didn't want them in the first place. Spousal revenge. And if you remember in the news recently, there was this Hispanic lady that had a 4-year-old son, and she had just broke up in a relationship, and the man that she was with took her 4-year-old son, and they found him in a canal, drowned. Now, how can a person take another person's child, another man's child, and murder them because they're no longer in a relationship with the mother? There's something really wrong with society nowadays. Also, in the age group from 5 to 9, in between the year 1999 and 2007, there was a total of 1,250 deaths of all races and both sex. And in that age group from 5 to 9, that is a relatively low homicide risk, they say, because the children at that time know some signs of abuse and they're willing to tell. They're usually more active, so they're out and about more and know some of the dangers that are going on. In the ages from 10 to 14, the death rate between that year of 99 and 2007 was 1,965, and that was all races and both sex also. Now, compared with homicides of younger children, the homicides in this age group resemble more of the homicides of adults. They say it is due to the expansion of gang activity and the drug market and the increased availability of firearms. So, and also in this age group, most of the murders are caused by people in the same age group. So, like for instance, you have Bobby Tillman. Some of you remember that. Bobby Tillman was murdered by 4 other black males in his age group, or maybe a little older. They beat him to death. And so, you know, that's, you know, that in that age group is more than likely what happens. Now, also in America, good old United States of America, there are over 3 million reports of child abuse every year in the United States. Now, over 3 million reports of child abuse, and this country is supposed to be the most advanced country. We have a lot of advancements in medicine. We're supposed to be the richest country, in the world, or one of the richest. I think we're the 4th richest, supposedly. But yet we have over 3 million reports of child abuse every year. That's amazing. I got a couple more statistics here for you. Hold on. Now, it says that a report of child abuse is made every 10 seconds in the United States. Now, that's almost 5 children die every day as a result of child abuse. So, and that's more than 3 out of 4 are under the age of 4. It's estimated that between 60 and 85% of child fatalities is due to maltreatment. 90% of child sexual abuse victims know their perpetrator in some way, and 68% are abused by family members. Child abuse occurs in every socio-economical level. So it doesn't matter if you're Caucasian, if you're black, if you're Asian, Russian, whatever. It happens in every socio-economical level. 31% of women are in prison in the United States, were abused in childhood. Over 60% of people in drug rehab centers report being abused or neglected. Now, one statistic that I found here is in a year, America spends $103 billion annually for children that are abused or neglected. 283 million per day on children that have been abused or neglected. $1,601 per family each year. $133 per family each month. So what's going on here in America? Our children are getting hurt. Our children are dying. And there's nothing being done about it, or not enough. It's sad, because children are our future, and children is my heart. Praise Yahweh Ben Yahweh.